Hi, and welcome back to Katie's Corner in Space. I'm Katie, and today I'll be going over some of the standout scenes and moments in Star Trek Lower Decks Season 3, Episode 2, The Least Dangerous Game. There were some great references in this one, not just to another series, the theme for the season it seems, but to the things viewers can easily relate to, gaming for instance, and the feeling one might be left behind for playing it safe. Plus, that nagging feeling the boss is picking on you and how to handle it. But before I really dig in, a quick summary in case the previous description didn't do it. While playing a game of B&B, Mariner is encouraged to show up early for an away mission, one which Ransom will be heading. Rutherford joins her later, and he, as well as Lieutenant Commander Andy Billups, head to the planet to complete the diplomatic end of the mission while he and Mariner complete repairs. While Mariner and Rutherford basically switch jobs, Tendi encourages Boimler to say yes to life, seize the day as it were, and boy does he. He seizes so much he ends up being hunted in a Tosk-like situation. However, it ends in a selfie rather than the praised demise, so it all ends well. Meanwhile, with the Delanians on the planet, Rutherford and Billups are about to be sacrificed. But after deciding maybe he didn't make the best assignments this time, Ransom goes down to the Delanians, rips off his shirt, and saves the day. Or at least Rutherford and Billups. The Lower Decks crew end the day with the continuation of the game. I love Martok, and the Tosk-inspired hunt looked to me both to be like a nice DS9 nod. But Martok running a D&D style quest where death is the only outcome? Freaking perfect. And you know someone out there, some fantastic fan, is already coming up with a real version. Or is there one? I'll have to check while I'm putting this together later. I don't think I could say it better than Mariner here.
Wow, psychic baby, evil computer, and a volcano? You guys ever heard of overkill?
I was immediately taken back to the original series with the computer leader. I can oddly see that, but the overkill was too funny. And of course, Ransom's abs save the day. I still get a kick out of Jerry O'Connell on Trek. Being all aged as I am, I've been a fan since childhood, adore him on Sliders, and I love the way he plays Ransom. But back to the show. For all of that, of course, there's Boimler, whose struggle today is the feeling of being left behind. So he's trying a new tact, which seems to go well, right until he agrees to be hunted before finding out all of the rules. You should always understand the rules. However, running for his life while being hunted by an alien who your captain finds charming, well, it brings about some changes in our little raisin legacy. Bold Boimler. Now, on to the away mission. One which, fixing a space elevator, yeah, I know, it's an orbital lift, but really, the elevator is broken, so the commander decides, hey, I'll send the engineers to the planet and teach my charge a lesson. So the engineers chill on the planet with the locals. But as they are engineers and don't do diplomacy, they make a few mistakes. Ransom can't be upset though, because as a person practiced in diplomacy but not so much in engineering, he and what I can only assume is Space Tube are trying to make repairs. It's not going well, Mariner's frustrated, and finally she heads out on her own. But just as she's on her way down, Ransom comes to his senses. Watching Ransom have a hard time was probably only slightly more entertaining than Mariner exhausting herself rather than just following orders. Though the payoff of her falling asleep and waking when her chute deploys is great. And while Boimler's hunt, or rather Boimler being hunted, was pretty fantastic, I love Lower Decks for the inclusion of the dolphins and the cetacean ops. I think the scenes that really made this episode are going to have to be the ones with Martok. I really enjoyed the explanation. Martok didn't voice it, Ferengi created it and used all the famous Klingons. Even the inclusion of an expansion pack was great. Star Trek attempts to be relatable and usually does it without being too on the nose, but I'm not mad, not at all. This was so relatable, from the game itself to the chatter around the game among friends. It was just wonderful and innovative for just this group of friends, and quite frankly, most of the Lower Decks viewers as well. I'll say it again, if someone hasn't already, someone's going to make this game. And those are the scenes I think really stood out in this very fun and entertaining episode. Again, we were treated to a little crossover lip service. It's great when there's literally a universe of characters for this show to play with, and I'm here for it. And I thank you for being there for this video. Take a moment and subscribe and like below, and I'll see you again next week for another Lower Decks review and standout scenes that make the show. Till then, bye.